everyone, it's Stephanie Higgs, also known as Little Miss Gifted over on Instagram. And I just wanted to quickly give you the world's fastest tutorial on what has quickly become my obsession for social emotional support. This is great for so many students and all of the different challenges that they face. I know as an educator, I felt a bit ill equipped to support students fully in their social emotional growth and development, just simply because everyone's needs are so different. And so my training here wouldn't necessarily help this student, or this student has a challenge here, and I'm kind of having to think creatively on my feet to offer the best and most appropriate supports. And I'm always kind of questioning if I am offering the best or most appropriate supports, or if I could do that better. So something I've been craving and seeking in my professional growth and my professional learning is social emotional supports. Everyday speech just came into my life and absolutely rocked my world. So I just wanted to show you because I think it could help some of you as well. So, really quickly, they have a scope and sequence over on the left-hand side of their menu where they go through all of the different options that they have. So these are sort of umbrella topics, but within each one, you'll see a long list of all of the different skills that could be addressed there. So, for example, in terms of playing skills, how do we ask others to play? How do we engage in playing with others? And also being a good sport. I even know a few adults who might need a little support there as well. Conversation skills, appropriate conversation topics, even more advanced skills, friendship, problem solving, all sorts of things. So this list goes on and on. It's a what I felt is a pretty comprehensive and maybe even an exhaustive list of all the different types of support we might need to give our kiddos. Let's just quickly peek at one that I've kind of played around with the last week or two that has been so helpful to me. And it's crazy because I've even noticed in my own life it's changed my language of, oh wow, okay, I'm not keeping an open mind there, or I'm approaching that with a closed mind. How could I reframe or reshape that? So if we started from the top, self-regulation skills, an area for improvement for a student. So I want to start at the very top with, okay, so self-regulation means one idea, especially for our gifted learners, can be that challenge of keeping an open mind and not going into a situation closed-mindedly. So this lays it out so easily for you. So for example, I'll just start right here with unit one. What is an open and closed mind? And then it's going to walk you through step by step with better examples and thoughtful conversation stems and starters better than I could have ever dreamt up or created myself. So, what happens here is they start with a video. And in the past, I found those videos are not really engaging for students, especially my gifted learners. Sometimes they can be a little bit cheesy or a little bit cringy. That hasn't been the case. These kids are actually a little bit older. I would say these are late elementary, maybe even middle school students. And so my elementary students automatically take that more seriously, and they don't feel cheesy. They feel really authentic to the challenges that our students struggle with. And so they first watch a video that kind of introduces the new topic. And then the best part is the second session here. So in lesson two, you have a couple of options. You can always print off, which would be great for data collection. It would be great to send home for with parents as kind of evidence of what you're working on. But my students really love to play this interactively. So we can pull these same skills up on the smart board. They always have a PDF you can print off, which you see pictured here. But they also have a version of the game online where students can drag and drop and sort what would be open-minded versus what would be closed-minded. Again, I teach intellectually gifted learners, and there's some that even I'm sitting with them and we have to say, no, well, would that be open-minded or would that be closed-minded? So it really adds some depth to our discussions. They're not super simple or super easy. It really causes all of us to sit back and reflect on some of our own practices and behaviors. Then my favorite section is the application. So you kind of introduce the skill, the students have had time to practice it. Well, now they get to apply it. It gives another real life scenario, and then it offers times to pause, and it makes that really clear and evident. And then it actually even rewinds back into the video and says, okay, so when they behaved this way, let's look at the facial structure of other students. How, based on their facial expressions, what can you inference about how they're feeling? Let's pause it. And again, let's think about a different way to do that. So that's been super helpful to my students as well. And then at the end, it kind of goes into like a cafeteria setting. And not only are they applying it, but you get different people's perspectives. So they'll give you kind of a universal situation that, again, is very common and authentic to at least my elementary students. And I would imagine the same for middle and high school learners. And you get to go through each person's perspective. So it's super interactive. You get to pick which one you want to start with. You get to hear how they handled it. And then you actually get three different choices of, okay, what would have been the best response based on this problem or this scenario? What would be the worst response and why? And so it's just super interactive. Like I said, I think this has been so meaningful for my learners. They get excited to come to this time. This doesn't feel like we've got to work on this skill. It's like, like, hey, this is really engaging work and it's making me a better human and it's helping my relationships and my connections with others. So it's brand new to me. Like I said, I'm just a week or so in, but it has just rocked my world. And so if I was to encourage you to fight for something, this would be one of those things, teachers. This would change the game for you. I have been saying for years, I need more training in social emotional support. I've been reading the books, I've been attending the professional development sessions, but this is this beautifully packaged authentic product that is better than anything I think I could ever create because I don't have this level of extensive training in every imaginable social emotional challenge. So anyway, if you try it, let me know what you think. If you are already a big fan of everyday speech, I'm sure there's still lots of tips and tricks for me to learn, but I hope you'll find this useful. It has changed my life. So thank you so much for all your support and engagement. I hope this will help you and your students as well. Bye bye.